Welcome to Wednesday Morning Yoga. My name is Kathleen Coombs. Every Wednesday morning, I bring gentle yoga to Zoom land out there for people that are following me and participating in my classes. I am Kathleen Coombs with Kathleen Coombs Yoga, and I want to thank Annalisa and thank Lisa Ann for allowing me to provide a class to you for the Big Bear Yoga Festival. These are unusual times, and we're adjusting. I would love to have brought you this class in person, but this will do. So the class that we are focusing on today is on the 7th chakra. So this will be a hatha vinyasa flow, but it will be more slow, a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more gentle. And the poses today are going to focus on that which further balances this chakra, encourages higher consciousness. The 7th chakra is the one that allows us to be most enlightened, connected to the divine, connected to the world around us, allow us to send our energies out into the world, if you will, and send our light and our love out into the world. It is associated, if we were to choose a color, with a deep purple or a white, and you might associate it with the scent of sage. So you might put some sage essential oil in your diffuser in your room, or get some sage candles, or even burn a little sage in advance of your yoga session that you might do at home. Today's practice will have some poses that focus on balancing the chakra. So you will see poses where we place our head on the floor, no headstands today, and place our forehead on the floor and engage in consciousness, thinking and cogitating upon that chakra. So without any delay, let's go ahead and go forward in our practice. I'm going to go ahead and start some music that was provided by a fellow yogi, Steven. Steven Rubio does sound baths and loves to create music in the A432 frequency, which is a healing frequency. So let's hope that we have no problems with the recording. My last one commercial came on in the middle of it. So let's go ahead and get that started. So go ahead and take your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. Inhale your shoulders up to the ears and exhale them back down. Drawing your shoulders back squarely over your hips, drawing your cranium back over your shoulders, and just allow for an open energy channel from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. Begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Generating your breath from your diaphragm. As you inhale and exhale, expand and contract your belly. While you are breathing, continue to encourage the crown of your head to grow to the ceiling. And encourage your shoulders to fall back and down in a relaxed state. Grow your breath all the way from the base of your spine to the crown of your head on your inhale. And on your exhale, descend it all the way down to the root. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw your hands up to prayer above head. Exhale them down. Inhale your hands out and up. And then exhale them down. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands down, and let's engage in a seated twist. Go ahead and turn your body to the right. It might look like the left on your screen. Placing your left hand on your right thigh or knee as you draw your right shoulder back. As you inhale, Draw the crown of your head up high and straighten out your spine. And on your exhale, deepen into your twist. One more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and return to the front and continue to walk to your left. Right hand on top of your left thigh. Draw the crown of your head high up, straightening out your spine. And then on your exhale, draw your left shoulder back, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale. And then exhale, draw it back. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and return to the front. Let's go ahead and remove whatever we might be sitting on. I've been sitting on this yoga pillow or bolster that was made by a friend, a fellow yogi graduate, Nova Israel. Okie dokie. So standing up at the top of your mat, we're going to go ahead and do some salutations. Inhale our hands up to the sky. On the exhale, slightly bend your legs as you draw your hands out to the side, dropping your hands to the floor, dropping your crown. Inhale into Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold, drawing the crown of your head forward as you place your hands against your legs. They can be against your shins, against your thighs, anything to create some leverage, creating a nice, neutral, flat spine, creating space from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, bring your hands out to the side and up. And then exhale them down to prayer at heart center. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands out and up. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the floor. Drop the crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer at the heart center. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the floor, drop your crown. Inhale into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. Inhale up one more time. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to begin our sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Take your right foot and place it back behind you, dropping your right knee on the floor. Take your blocks. Rise up high on your blocks, moving your hips forward as you bring your heart center up, drawing your shoulder blades together on your back. Maybe you want to take a little curl. Maybe you want to open up your throat. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, remove your blocks. Take your hands, place them on either side of your left foot. Move back into plank pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale, drawing the crown of your head forward as you bring your heels back, pulling your belly button up to the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Move back into downward facing dog and hold that for a brief moment. Rising your hips high up into the sky, pushing the floor away with your hands, drawing your shoulders down your back and away from your ears. Drawing your heart center towards the floor, towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise your left foot up to hip height. Exhale, bring knee to nose. As you bring your foot all the way through, drop your right knee again, rising up. Exhale, hands down, framing either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes, bring your right foot in to join your left. Rise up into half Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale down. Inhale, swan dive, reversing all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into half Uttanasana. Exhale down. Take your left foot back. Drop your knee to the floor. Take your blocks, rise up on your blocks, opening up the front of your left hip, drawing your shoulders back and down as you rise your heart center up to the ceiling, maybe opening up the throat. One more inhale. Exhale, place your blocks out on either side. Tuck your left toes, move your right foot back to join your left, and hold that plank again for 3 breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale, move back into your downward facing dog, holding that for 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise your right foot up to hip height. Exhale, bring knee to nose. As you bring your foot through between your hands, drop your left knee, rise up. Exhale, hands down, framing either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes and bring them forward to join your right foot. Inhale into flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, hands down. Let's go ahead and move back into plank again. Hold it for 3 more breaths. Drawing your heart center forward, drawing your knees back, your heels back, pulling your belly button up against the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana, drawing your elbows into the ribs as you lower all the way to the floor. Place your forehead on the floor and just connect with your crown chakra at this moment. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, go ahead and rise up into low cobra. Place your elbows underneath your shoulders as we convert to Sphinx. Draw your heart center forward as you clip your elbows back, rising up your heart center naturally using the muscles of your spine. One more inhale. Exhale, place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, moving back into child's pose. Initially, keeping your toes tucked up on your heels, pushing your body backwards in space, pushing the floor away from your hands. Rest your forehead on the floor. And let's go ahead and put our big toes together, widen our knees and sit back again, allowing our torso to fall in between our legs as we again lower our forehead to the floor. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's move back into downward facing dog again. Bending our legs deeply as we move back, pushing the floor away with our hands, drawing our shoulders away from our ears. If you want to straighten out your legs, you can go ahead and start moving towards drawing your heels to the floor. If they don't touch the floor, that's okay. Focus on a beautiful, long, straight spine from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head, allowing space for your heart center to move towards the floor, towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise your right leg up to hip height. Exhale, bring knee to nose. As you bring your hand all the way forward, you can leave your leg lifted or you can drop it down. It's up to you. But in Ajnayasana, let's go ahead and rise up. Inhale, reach for the ceiling as you drop your hips. Exhale, hands to floor. Bring your left foot in to join your right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Take your left foot back again into Anjaneyasana. Rise up. Exhale, hands down. Bring your right foot back to join your left in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, bring your left foot up to hip height. Exhale, bring knee to nose and bring your hands all the way forward, rising up into Anjaneyasana. Raising up your hands as you lower your hips. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, circle your hands down, moving back in, bring your right foot forward to join your left. Inhale into flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. See, even us yogis get confused. Inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, rise to a flat spine. Exhale, down. Once again, take your right foot back. Rise up into Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, circle your hands down, framing your left foot, and then bring that left foot back now into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, pushing further back into your dog, creating more space. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees. And we are now in tabletop position. We're just going to do a few light twists in this position. Inhale into cow. And then exhale back into cat, drawing your back up to the ceiling, rounding your back, dropping your hips, your tailbone, dropping your shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, rise up the hips, rise up your heart center, open up your throat. Exhale, reverse that into cat as you draw your back up to the ceiling, chin to chest, rounding the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the sits bones. Draw your shoulders back and down as you lift up your heart center. And then exhale, return to neutral. Place your hands, your left hand underneath your heart center. Draw your right hand up to the ceiling. Hold that for just a moment. Inhale. And then exhale, thread it underneath your left arm. Draw your hips slightly to the right as we engage in this gentle twist on the floor. If you want, rise up your left hand to the ceiling to increase your twist, or you can even reach it behind you and grab the top of your right thigh, drawing your shoulder back in space. Continue to move your hips slightly to the right to keep them aligned. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and place your left hand on the floor. Rise up. Place your right hand underneath your heart center and lift your left hand up. One more inhale. And then exhale, thread that underneath your right arm. Draw your hips slightly to the left. You can raise your right hand up to the ceiling, or if you want, you can wrap it around and reach for the top of your left thigh, drawing your right shoulder back in space. One more inhale. Exhale, rise your right hand up. Place your right hand on the floor. Let's do the cow-cat again. Into cow on the inhale, and then exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. And one more inhale into cow. Exhale, sit back on your heels with your toes tucked. And just sit there for a moment, stretching out your feet. We're going to move into rabbit pose. In rabbit pose, the crown of our head is on the floor, but you don't want to have the weight of your body on top of your head and on top of your neck. So what you're going to do is draw your belly button up as we fold over into rabbit. So to engage in rabbit, you first reach back and reach for your heels. You're going to be grabbing those heels in a moment. Then fold over your thighs, place your forehead on the floor, and then start to pull your heels, pull your knees in, draw your belly button up to your spine as you curl, and then place the crown of your head on the floor. No weight on the head, however, just pulling. One more inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and sit up, sitting back on your heels. We're going to briefly go into hero pose by separating our heels, keeping our knees together, flattening out our feet as we sit in between them. If you find it difficult to sit all the way back on the floor, you are welcome to sit on a block or a blanket or a bolster. One more inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and rise up into tabletop, move back into downward facing dog, and let's throw in one more slow series before we move to some standing poses. Inhale our right foot to hip height. Exhale knee to nose as we bring our foot all the way through. Rise up into Anjaneyasana. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, circle them down and bring them to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, start to engage your twist as you turn your body to the right. Lay down on your left thigh or your right thigh, and then clip your left elbow on the outside of your right leg. Pushing your hands together, engaging that twist. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, take your left hand, place it on the floor on the inside of your right leg, and draw your right hand up to the ceiling into an easy twist. One more inhale, exhale, and then on the inhale, open up into Warrior Two. In Warrior Two, use the muscles on the back of your hips, your gluteus muscles, drawing them together on either side of your sacrum to open up your thighs, drawing this knee to the outside of your right foot towards the pinky toe. As you draw your shoulders together, pull your belly button in and look out over your right fingertips. Inhale. And on your exhale, let's reverse that to Peaceful Warrior, reaching high for the ceiling with your hand as you continue to keep your hips low. One more inhale. And then exhale, let's take that to extended side angle, placing our right forearm on top of our right knee. Bring our right hand up to the ceiling and then alongside our ear. Go ahead and drop your hips by bending your right knee deeply and draw your right shoulder back. One more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and rise up into Warrior Two. And then keep our feet wide. Turn both feet forward. Hands out like in a star position, and then fold forward into wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Uttanasana. And while you're here, hook your fingers around your big toes. Draw your elbows out to the side as you draw your shoulder blades onto your spine, rising your sit bones high up into the air, allowing the crown of your head to drop. It is in these upside down poses that we can focus on the crown chakra. One more inhale, exhale. Go ahead and rise up again into that star pose. Turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Go ahead and place your hands on the floor. Move back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to change my position on the mat so that you can see me from the front again. Sorry about that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your left foot up to hip height. Exhale, bring knee to nose as you bring it all the way through. rise into Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, sink your hips as you rise your hands up to the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands down in a circle and bring them to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, begin to twist to the left as you fold over your left leg. Then clip your right elbow on the outside of your left leg, pushing your hands together to engage that twist. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up into warrior two. Once again, drawing these muscles on the back together around either side of your sacrum, your gluteus muscles, pulling your left leg to the outside of your left baby toe. Pulling your belly button up against the spine and looking out over your left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Reverse that to peaceful warrior. Reaching high for the ceiling as you curl back. One more inhale. Exhale. Take your forearm, place it on your left leg as we go into extended side angle. Bring your right hand up to the ceiling and draw it alongside your ear. Then drop your hips by bending your left leg more deeply, creating that dart, that long extended line from your ankle all the way to your wrist, and then draw your right shoulder back. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, rise up into warrior two. We did not do that easy twist on this side. I'm so sorry, guys. This happens. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead, feet forward again, and go back into that wide-legged forward fold. Taking our forefingers, hooking them around our big toes, moving our weight into the front of the foot as we draw our elbows out to the side, pulling our shoulder blades together on our spine while we forward fold. Dropping our crown of our head to the floor. Continue to engage the forward fold by rising your sit bones up to the ceiling, moving your weight into the front of your feet. Continue to draw your shoulder blades back onto your spine. One more inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale. Place your hands in the center of your mat, rising up into a half fold. And then exhale, lowering down. Inhale, place your hands on your back, right where the dimples are for your sacroiliac joints. Draw your shoulder blades onto the back. Draw your elbows back towards each other. Rise up, leading with the heart. Go ahead and walk your feet together as we arrive really at the middle of the mat, right? So whichever way your mat is facing. I love this round mat because it gives me the freedom to be in any direction I want to be in. So when I talk about the top, the side, or the back of the mat, it's pretty confusing. So moving up to the top of your mat, have your feet together. We're going to go ahead and do a couple of tree poses for Sahasrara. So you can choose any variation that you want, but first you start with your root, your foundation. Make sure that you have a nice tall standing mountain pose, Tadasana, right? And in standing mountain pose, we have our shoulders back, stacked beautifully over our hips, drawing our belly button up against the spine, dropping our tailbone slightly. You can bend your legs just a little bit to encourage that. So you don't want to have good, strong, straight legs. You just want a slight micro bend in the legs so that you can engage these muscles above your kneecaps. Feeling that energy drawing up from the floor as you root down, drawing your shoulder blades down or your shoulders down so that you have maximum space across the front of your chest. To go into triangle, go ahead and take a prayer with your hands. You can take your foot and keep your toes on the floor and just turn it towards your leg. having your ankle framed by your foot, your heel above the ankle. That's one variation. You can have your toes pointed to the floor, still keeping your heel about in the same position. You can move it up and frame the outside, the inside of your calf muscle, or you can bring it all the way up to the top. Pick whichever like you want. Right now, I am standing on my left leg and it's my right leg out to the side. Either way, continue to open up your pelvis, open up your hips so that your right leg is drawing back to the side using the muscles of your gluteus muscles back here. You can also push your hips forward slightly. You can push your foot into your leg, leg into your foot. Continue to engage your core muscles. Go ahead and rise your hands up. If you want, you can create tree limbs. And if you really want to give yourself a challenge, you can do a reverse prayer behind your back while you're standing here in tree pose. One more inhale. Exhale your hands down, and inhale them up to the ceiling. Bring them down into prayer at the heart center. And then with grace, let down your right leg. Other side, so I'm moving to my left foot. You can take the supported version with your toes on the floor, toes pointed towards the floor, foot wrapped around the calf muscle, or all the way up to the top of the thigh. Again, continue to draw that knee back to open up that hip. If your foot is up high, make sure that you've got pants that will stick. There's nothing worse than when your foot's sliding down, pushing your thigh into your foot, foot into your thigh. Standing up nice and tall, go ahead and raise your arms up. And if you want, you can extend your tree branches, opening up the heart center. The advanced version, not really, but go ahead and take reverse prayer behind the back. Drawing your shoulder blades together, opening up the heart center while your hands are together. It is a very nice way to stretch out the wrists. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands up. And then bring them down to heart center in prayer mudra. And with control, release your left leg. And as you can see, I'm right-legged. I was so much more controlled on that side. Funny how things are. Okay, we're going to take one more pose to help us really focus. It's actually a great pose for Ajna, the third eye, but it's also a good pose for the crown chakra. We're going to go ahead and take chair and then move into eagle. So go ahead and take your chair, sitting down, moving back in space. You should be able to see your toes if you look at your knees. Moving your weight back into the heels, then rise up your heart center. If you need to fold forward a little bit to give you that backward momentum, that's okay. Eventually you want to rise your heart center up using the muscles of your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and take your right leg, cross it over your left. If you're able to clip your toes behind your left calf, all the better. Create elbow or create those robot arms by bending your elbows. Take your right arm and wrap it underneath your left. And bring your hands together. Draw your shoulders back and rise up your elbows. Find a fixed point off into the distance to look at. One more inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and rise out of that. And with control, unravel. Sit back into your chair again. And I'll show it to you from the side this time. Take your left leg, wrap it over your right, and if it's available, clip your toes behind your right calf. Take those robot arms again by bending your elbows. Take your left arm and wrap it underneath your right, bringing your hands together, pull your shoulders back, as you lift up your elbows. Pull your belly button into the spine to give you strength and stability, and find a fixed point to look at beyond. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and unravel those. Rise up with control and out. Exhale your hands down and back up into prayer. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. I'm going to move back to the middle of my mat. Inhale into a flat spine. Half forward fold. Exhale into a full forward fold. Go ahead and place your hands on the floor. Move back into plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. This is your last one of the day. Go ahead and create as much extension as you want, pushing the floor away with your hands, drawing your shoulders away from the ears and down your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Get up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees. Inhale. And then on your exhale, go ahead and hop up to your hands. And let's just stay here for just a moment. Rise up out of that using the strength of your legs. Pull your legs together and you're up on your toes. I'm not even sitting on my heels, but you can sit back on your heels if you want. It's actually easier if you rise up out of your heels and use this as an opportunity to strengthen your legs. One more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and place your hands on the floor and sit back. And so we're going to move now, making our way down into Shavasana. But on our way down, we can take advantage of this opportunity, just a little bit of core strengthening. So go ahead with your feet on the floor, your knees bent facing the ceiling. Go ahead and place your hands out in front of you, arms parallel to the floor, and lean back. Draw your shoulder blades back together. Pull your arm bones into your shoulder sockets. Pull your belly button against the spine as we do this modified Navasana, modified boat pose. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, go ahead and lay all the way down. Draw your knees into your chest. Reach out just like you did in Rabbit. Grab your heels and pull your whole body together. One more inhale. Exhale, release that. Place your hands out to either side. Place your knees away from the body, your shins parallel to the ceiling or the floor. And just use this as an opportunity to strengthen your core muscles by drawing your belly button in against the floor. And then drop your knees to the right. Leaving your left shoulder tapped on the floor, looking out over your left hand. A gentle reclining twist. Inhale, bring your knees back up. Go ahead and engage in that strengthening exercise just a little bit again by pushing your knees away, keeping your shins parallel to the ceiling and the floor, drawing your belly button into the floor. And then go ahead and drop your legs to the left as you tuck your right shoulder onto the floor, looking out over the right. And then go ahead and lift up your legs. One last time to strengthen your belly by pushing your knees away, keeping your shins parallel to the floor, and then drop your feet. Go ahead and take Baddha Konasana. Adjust your body so that you can start to cool down. You can also extend your legs all the way out in full Shavasana. The choice is yours. Sometimes people find it hard after a lot of movement to just lay flat on the floor. So while you are laying here, I want you to do a scan of your body, taking note where you may have any parts that are still holding tension. Scan from your toes to the crown of your head, reminding each part of your body to fully relax and release any tension you may be holding. Allow your mat to fully support your body. Sink into it. Particularly your hips, your back, your shoulders. And as you allow your body to sink into the mat, just feel any tension you might be holding just melting down with it. Start to return your breath to normal. And while you are laying here, draw your attention to the crown chakra. Remembering that 1,000-petaled lotus that descends into the murky waters and rises up each morning to greet the sun. Reminding us that each day, each moment, each act, each interaction is an opportunity for renewal, an opportunity to be born again, to make the changes we want to make, to be the humans we want to be, to connect with the universe, with the divine, and with those in the world in ways that we value, that we find meaningful, that make us feel whole, that make us feel part of something bigger and grander than we are at this moment. A reminder that each part of us is needed to make that beauty that is our world, that is our universe. And through the crown chakra, we connect with the divine and with all that is made here. Imagine there's a light out of the top of your head and it's reaching up and it's reaching out. And like the 1,000-petaled lotus flower, it may be 1,000 points of light, all in different colors. This is an energy channel that puts energy out, but it draws it back in. So you are sharing and replenishing at the same time. Inhale one more time. Fully exhale. And go ahead and roll over to one side or the other. And pause for a moment, maybe curling up into a bit of a ball. And just rest here. And then go ahead, using the strength of your arms, rise up into easy seated pose. Wherever you were, I invite you to come back to the present. Bring your hands to heart center. I want to thank you for this opportunity to bring you this class at this year's festival. I invite you to visit my website, KathleenCoombsYoga.com. You can also visit my YouTube channel where there are several free classes loaded. You can join me on Monday nights for free meditation on my Facebook page live and also on Zoom. All of the information is on my website. And I do also have a class schedule Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The light in me sees the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste. And I wish you wellness. Enjoy the rest of the festival.